I'm watching these two down close candles here. That opening price, I want to see that take us higher. 2 consecutive down close candles, that's a bullish order block. Hello. Merry Christmas, right? So I like lunch highs as a target. Buy side up here. I like the buy side up here too. So basically I want to see a run against lunch highs because we've already taken out sell side during the lunch hour. And actually I think I'm going to buy that right there. See that small little separation? If we trade down just like that, that's a PD array. I may look to pyramid if I see something I like. If I see an order block or a fair value gap, or simply this down close candle, we can displace above that and touch the high of it. I'll look to pyramid inside of that. We have a small little fair value gap in there, right there. I like that entry. That's a really cheap entry. Keeping my stop loss the same. Keeping risk small. This fair value gap up here. Again, I want to see us get above this fair value gap and treat it as support. What I don't want to see is us come back inside of this consolidation. For one, that's a balanced price range. Up, down, up, down, up, down. A lot of back and forth price delivery, both sell side and buy side. Once we leave that consolidation, I want to see us make a run for buy side. I don't want to see us retrace. And then if you go to your 2-minute chart, fair value gap here, this is consolidation, 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 consolidation. We get that first fair value gap outside of the consolidation, treating that as a breakaway gap. Okay, remember I said I want to see us form a breakaway gap outside of the consolidation. You don't really see it on the 1 minute. It's kind of just sloppy in here, right? But if you go to your 2-minute chart, that's your breakaway gap. I want to see that stay open. We have a fair value gap here on the 2-minute. Price is allowed to trade down into that. But this right here, I like how we left that open. If we close above this inversion fair value gap, then I'll remove my risk and I'll treat these 2 consecutive down close candles here as a bullish order block. And I should actually be able to take off my risk right there. Take these 2 consecutive down close candles to get mean threshold. Zoom in. Whoops, not that, my fault. Okay, I'm taking this inversion fair value gap off. It's too distracting, but y'all know what I'm looking at. Slow down, Nasdaq, slow down. I know you want that buy side, just hold on. I'm trying to show something here. 2 consecutive, godly, hold on. 2 consecutive down close candles, take that entire range to get mean threshold, which is midpoint. Stop losses below that. Okay, so I like where that's at. Now if we form a fair value gap here, I want to treat that as a breakaway gap. Signs of bullish order flow, I want that to stay open. And then this is when you just submit to the trade idea. And I love the fact that I have 2 contracts on. Usually I never leave runners because I only trade 1 contract. But since it's the PM session and the volatility is low and my stop loss is only 10 handles, it affords me the opportunity to trade 2 contracts. So that's really nice. Now I could leave a runner for that new day opening gap. Now this fair value gap, this lower one, again, I want that to stay open, but it's perfectly fine if we trade into this one here. But I'll be watching consequent encroachment. I want us to stay above that. So right there, upper half, we could dip down into that. That could support price. Or if we start to run away, like it looks like we're doing, and completely leave this open, that tells me I'm really on side. And I'll be even more confident holding out for my partial all the way up here because signs of bullish order flow is in the chart. Leaving fair value gaps open, leaving fair value gaps open. I'm more confident leaving a runner. Just reading order flow. No indicator needed, no volume indicator needed. Just breakaway gaps and understanding where price is likely to head to. So now I'm raising my stop below this fair value gap. I'm not going to trail it too tight. Even though I don't want price to trade down to the lower half, I'm keeping my stop modest, just below the entirety of the fair value gap. So now I'm watching to see if we leave this fair value gap open, and if this is the fair value gap that supports price. If we leave this entire range open, again, that's confidence. That lets me know that I'm really on side. So I'm watching where this body closes. I like where the bodies are closing and opening right there. I like that. Now, if we take out the buy side here, I'll move my stop loss below this down close candle. Treat that as a bullish order block. And then that'll allow me to lock in a good amount of profit as well. Okay, trailing stop up. I like how we close past the opening price of that down close candle. Not being too aggressive with my stop. Trailing it just below consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. Because I want to see down close candles offer support. But I'm allowing price to trade down to this fair value gap here. And as far as consequent encroachment, if we trade past midpoint of this fair value gap, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. So that's the reasoning behind my stop. So 2-minute chart, I'm looking at that wick. So let's change this. This is a 2-minute chart here. Remember, wicks are gaps. I'm watching consequent encroachment and above this wick. Okay, you could treat that just like a normal fair value gap. So midpoint of that wick and above, I want to see that offer support. Best case scenario, ideally, that's what I'd like to see. So I'm looking for speed here. I like how we closed above consequent encroachment of that wick. This is when I'm telling myself I want to see fast up close candles. And I want to see a lot of speed above this high. A lot of speed. Because again, I'm not expecting if we drop down to the 1 minute. Okay, I want to see fast up close candles. Definitely want to see a lot of speed above this high here. But if we're expecting this to see it stay open, there's no reason to take out this low, in my opinion. So I want to see large range candles. And I want to see us rip through this. Almost like it's random, huh? It's textbook. Right? Trailing my stop up. I'm watching these two down close candles here. I'm going to change this. I'm all over the place, I know. My bad, but I'm managing a lot. That opening price, I want to see that take us higher. 2 consecutive down close candles. That's a bullish order block. Hello. Merry Christmas, right? Clearing out the buy side. And remember I said if we take out buy side, my stop is moved beneath this down close candle. I'm going to move it beneath these 2 down close candles because that's also an order block. This was a beautiful trade. Appreciate it. It's a fun trade. And if you remember that fair value gap on the 1 minute, I said I wanted to see this one stay open. This is the fair value gap I want to see take us higher. It's beautiful. 2 down close candles, order block. We open on this candle, trade down perfectly to the opening price. I said I wanted to see a lot of speed above this high. Large up close candles ripping through that. And I'm gonna lock in a little bit more profit. And if I get stopped, it's all good. I'm content. Again, every single buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, every single bullish fair value gap we form, I'm looking to see if the upper half supports price. And I want to see the lower half stay open. That's for every single fair value gap. We had a 2-minute fair value gap here. Breakaway gap. Fair value gap is fine that we filled it in. Look at the bodies. And we left this one open. It's not a problem. Fair value gap here. I'm watching the upper half. About 30 handles locked in profit. Okay, daily chart. This inefficiency here, it's a volume imbalance, yes, but more specifically, it's also a new day opening gap, targeting the low of that. All right, and there we go. That is the business, outlining the fair value gaps, outlining the breakaway gaps, what we wanted to see stay open, what we wanted to see not traded to. We outlined the lunch high. Okay, that was my target. And I'm not upset about not getting that partial. So no FOMO, not any regrets. I'm not feeling bad for closing or not closing the full position at the buy side. Okay, that was a beautiful trade. That was fun. W's, how we feeling today? And that's it. Love y'all, man. See you tomorrow in the live stream at 9:30. All right, peace.